Welcome to Tuber Chat. If you have less than 10,000 subscribers, then you've come to the right place. We are going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The first channel that we're looking at today is Calming Mind Meditations. This is a channel that has been with Tuber Chat for not a very long time, but has already shown generosity in the community, especially with the fact that they are subscribed to many more channels than are subscribed to them already due to the YouTube glitching, purging, and things like that, but they stay active and have been willing to share information about that. So for that reason, they're featured. We feature a different channel on Tuber Chat every single day, including on our social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit, and then as well on the thumbnails of our videos, so that you have well over 100 opportunities now to find generous creators, even when we're not live streaming. As you can see, they also do the featured channels collaboration here, and I like talking about this because when you feature channels on your front page like this, you're saying to the YouTube algorithm and to your audience that these channels are worthy of being featured by you. And then when some of those channels feature you in return, they are saying to their audience and the YouTube algorithm that your channel is worthy of being featured by them. So you can imagine the impact that that has both on your audiences and on the YouTube algorithm. So I recommend it for anybody that's willing to do it. And if you featured Tuber Chat or my personal channel on your front page, please just make sure that I know so that I can return the favor, because I absolutely do that with both channels. Welcome everybody, and thank you so much for coming in, especially so early. We have a lot of channels in the chat already. Our silver and gold members have been added to the wheel, along with a small number of channels that were left here yesterday. My Streamlabs crashed at the end of the live stream, and we weren't able to get a few of these channels onto the wheel. So Georgia Bulldogs, All About Life with Colleen, and Kids Fun channel have been added to the wheel already, and we'll get to the rest of that later. If you're new to YouTube, to Tuber Chat, then head to our video description, and it'll give you the ins and outs of everything that we're doing here at Tuber Chat, how we connect with each other genuinely so that you can maximize your impact, and what's up with the wheel of doom over here so that you can understand everything that's going on. Chrissy Vlogs, thanks for coming in. Christian Nomad, it's great to see you. Since Christian Nomad is a member, I'm going to get their channel onto the wheel right away as well. And then I'll continue welcoming everybody. Forgive me for my late entrance. And welcoming everybody. There's Georgia Bulldogs right there. You're already on the wheel because of what happened yesterday. Grandma Faye LME is another member, so she'll be added to the wheel immediately. And then Esther's Chronicles TV, good to have you back. Holly's Hobby House, I think this is your first time with Tuber Chat, so forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you will find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time. Jaden Saw 28 is always with us. Kristin Walton is in the chat as a member and a moderator. That is my love, of course. And then Lots of Toys to See is another member, so I've got you onto the wheel right away as well. Michael's Adventures, one of the most supportive creators on all of YouTube, is in the house. Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More is back. Sergeant Life, it's always great to see you here. Scratch and Pete, our beloved and dedicated moderator, has a premiere coming out this Tuesday. So I'm hoping everybody who hasn't already connected with Scratch and Pete will right now, and then make sure that you are on for that midday premiere this coming Tuesday. Taylor Rochester, it's good to have you back. That Blue Moon, it's always wonderful to have you in the chat. That's a channel that always spreads positivity. And the YT Buddies, it's good to see you back. Thrill Seeks, since you're a silver member, your channel's been added to the wheel automatically today. Bay and Bay TV, good to have you back. Calming Mind Meditations, there's our featured channel for today in the chat. Declan Fans 2020, it's great to see you here. Mr. Fulton Mraz is back with us as well. I did an interview with them yesterday, and Two Pineapples is also a silver member. So they have been added to the wheel immediately as well. Forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat. I certainly don't mean to, but I'm always way behind when we first get started. If there was anything that you meant to ask or have me notice, please just be patient with me, mention it again, and I will keep my eyes open. Oh, Jaden saw that my Streamlabs just crashed. If you remember, for those of you who were here yesterday at the end of the live stream, I started showing everybody my microphone and camera and stuff like that. And I guess in hitting too many things at once, my Streamlabs crashed. I'm expecting to upgrade my computer within the next week or two, but it may take that long before I can start adding any more bells and whistles to our live streams. And then it looks like everybody's doing okay. Meeting new friends and family members already. Aaron Hockey, good to see you here. And the YT buddies, again, it's good to have you back. So, let's, well, should we spin the wheel already? Let's think about, so calming mind meditations. Before I get to the wheel, like I said, when I look at the channels, right, and we look in their subscriptions, we can see that they are subscribed to many more than 33 channels. But they have 33 channels subscribed to them. And the reason for this is because YouTube is hitting them really hard right now with the purging and glitching that is going on. So my guess is the Calming Mind Meditations is connecting the right way, which means we're always watching at least a 3-minute video, leaving a long comment of at least a couple of full sentences, and then adding a second video much longer into our watch later list so that we can go through and run that at some point afterwards. And then giving a thumbs up always. We should always be doing that for each other. And then subscribing. And as long as everybody is always doing as much as they can for the creators that they are supporting, you will find that coming back to you as well. So, I might get you to pardon me just for a moment. I'm not going to switch screens. I'm just going to step away, and I will be right back. I'll leave you with Calming Mind Meditations. You can watch while I readjust my green screen here. It's part of our equipment list that now I dropped the link for in the chat, in case you're wondering about what we use to live stream. Pardon me. I've seen another couple of new channels come through the house. Big D Money, good to see you here. I think this is your first time with Tuber Chat. And Hannah Riley, Hannah Riley. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions you'll find at the bottom of the screen. Sorry, not at the bottom of the screen. In our video description, you will find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. Dakota Petit, good to see you here. Forgive me if I've missed anything. Kareen's Life, I did get you onto the wheel already. We will look at Simply Royce in another moment here. And Irene Taylor, good to see you here. I wonder if you have a channel. I always ask that whenever we see a new creator come in that doesn't have an avatar set, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. And either way, hopefully you're feeling welcome. Like I said, there's a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions in our video description, you will find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. Venom for Life, good to see you here. And Kids Fun Channel, because we got cut off yesterday when my Streamlabs crashed, I've got your name on the wheel already today. So it looks like everybody is doing okay, meeting new friends and family members. I should just ask if you have the ability to... Oh, Carrie Beth, I didn't welcome you. It's great to see you here, though. If you have the ability to share the stream out, whether it's on your community tab or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or any other social network, of course, I'll appreciate that. And then if you haven't already given a thumbs up, it really does help the stream. They mean more now than ever. And I know if you're on a phone, it takes a moment. You have to turn the chat off. But you don't lose your place. It only takes a second, and it really does help. So I'll appreciate it, of course. And Sergeant Life, hopefully I welcomed you also. I know you were here early. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. As long as you're still active, I'll get around to everybody. I did step away for a quick second. We're looking now at Simply Royce. This happens to be a silver member, which means they get a guaranteed feature of some sort every day. For today, their channel's been added to the wheel at the beginning of the live stream automatically, along with the rest of our silver and gold members. And yeah, I don't think I've missed anybody yet. Oh, Taylor Rochester's aunt. Very good, Irene Taylor. That's an up-and-coming channel, and we're hoping that we can push them a little bit farther, get them a little bit closer on their road to their first 100 subscribers. And we're looking forward to seeing more content from them as well. And it looks like everybody's doing okay. Meeting new friends and family members. I will, it's going to be a little bit before I start adding names to the wheel today, but we will get around to that. And other than our minor glitches, hopefully everybody's enjoying the new layout for Tuber Chat, the new video format. We've got, obviously, the chat rolling under my camera. In the left side of your screen, we've got a members slideshow type feature going on the bottom, and then we've got what they call an activity feed. When is that what it's called? Let me remember. For those of you who are thinking about using Streamlabs, it's called an event list, and it's like an activity feed for major things that happen. And then Kids Fun Channel, we don't do any self-promotion here, so pardon me while I remove your message there. Silos Eats, good to see you here. And Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder, thanks for coming in. Here in Tuber Chat, the idea is that we're here, it's a meeting place. And we're all expecting to subscribe to each other's channels. Particularly if you're new here, everybody's expecting to subscribe to your channel after you subscribe to theirs. And what happens then is you start meeting other creators, hopefully get a little bit of friendship started as you commit to supporting each other over the long term, and then you'll find lots of activity on your videos, lots of comments, likes, and all the other things we need as growing YouTubers, hanging out in live streams and premieres and things like that. So we don't do any self-promotion here because the idea is you're here to meet people and then they will be supporting you anyway. Christian Nomad, good to see you here. I do have you on the wheel already. And Miner Zach123. I got to look at Christian Nomad stuff because I saw one of the creators mentioning to them they have some cool drone footage. I want to see what they've got and what drone they're using. I have a drone and I haven't taken it out enough. I've actually had it for a long time. I need to do a review and everything else. And the first time I ever took it out, I was really disappointed with myself for how terrible I was at flying it until I realized that it was because of the wind. So, oh, thank you very much, Jaden, for the share. am always curious to look at drone stuff now as we look forward to the spring. Maybe we can get some drones out and get some stuff happening out there. Simply Royce has well over 1,000 subscribers. She's got it nice and locked in, but she's an extremely supportive channel. She's willing to swap playlists as well as she does the featured channels collaboration you can see here. And when we talk about swapping playlists, if anybody needs me to clarify what that is, then just please ask, and I'll mention what on earth I'm talking about. It's a great way to collaborate with creators and get a friendship started. Oh, Christian Nomad's not kidding around. He uses a DJI Mavic drone, which is serious. I don't know if you call that Mavic or Mavic, but it's I know that's a well-known, well-respected piece of equipment. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. And if anybody in the chat is willing to swap playlists, you can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that they're willing and you're willing, then please just reach out to them. Don't be shy. And everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Nikki Nichols, great to see you here. And JD Knight 7, good to see you here. As well, always. JD Knight 7's been with Tuber Chat since the beginning. Jenny O'Brien happens to be a silver member, but she is an extremely supportive creator, both of Tuber Chat and myself personally. She happens to be a fellow Canadian, not too far from my area in Niagara Falls. And she's often with us here in the chat. Well over 2,000 subscribers. And then Miner Zach 123, I have a Dell Gaming PC, very cool. I wonder if you do any live streaming with that. And forgive me, I've got to get to know your channel since you're fairly new to Tuber Chat. Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder always shares, so thank you for that. I wonder how your hours are going, Kid. Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder has the subscribers already, but just needs the hours. So I know they're willing to swap playlists. Eve Belize is in the house. Thank you for coming in. Carrie Beth is willing to swap playlists, as is Kristin Walton, as am I, even though we're monetized. It can be a benefit to monetize channels because, of course, you've got ads or premium revenue coming in. And it really does help other creators to be running their playlists. The reason why I push it so much here on Tuber Chat is because once you've traded favors with somebody, you've got a friendship that can start and hopefully flourish. And then you'll find a strong, solid foundation for your channel once you've met a lot of creators like that. Pardon me for a second. Protech Sports, great to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Look at the luck Eve Belize has today. As soon as she walks in the door, I put the channel on the wheel and she gets put up right away. Oh, she's got, is that a premiere that I saw coming? Yeah. She has a premiere tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, which is great. I hope you're watching your analytics to make sure you're putting videos out at the right time. But for most creators, it seems that when you're putting a video out, the beginning of the day is the best time because you have the traffic on the way up to be able to catch, if that makes any sense. And there you go. Miner Zach 123 is willing to swap playlists. For anybody I made arrangements with yesterday, forgive me, I'm still behind. I still haven't got around to it yet. I will try to get to it the second that I get off the live stream today and get running playlists. Way behind. Oh, Thrill Seeks. When I run playlists, like, so let's look at this video here from Eve Believe for a second. I usually don't run videos, but I'm just going to show you what I do. So I will run many either tabs or different browsers even. And then I just take my slider here. Now you don't want it to look like this. You don't want to mute the volume. You don't even want it to be like the first level after. You see how the volume is kind of playing around there. You want to get at least to the point that you're at like full volume, but as low as possible if you want. And then you can run a few all at the same time and that will be helpful. As you can tell, Eve Belize is a very dynamic creator, but hopefully everybody will subscribe to them. They've got their 1,200 locked in, but I'd like to see them get a little bit farther on their road toward 13 now. Little Ruby's Daycare Encounters, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel up here and see what's happening. Eve Belize also does the featured channels collaboration with a couple of familiar channels there. And so they're featured on ours as well. Christian Nomad, we're going to get a look at what you got going on right now. I already know I've got some catching up to do with you because we talked about that yesterday or the day before. Oh, you even show... See, if I'd have seen that before I asked, I would have known that you use a DJI Mavic. So very cool. Wonder if we can... I don't watch videos while I live stream. You all know that, but let's see what is going on here. This is what a drone is capable of, and that is some serious nerve that you have, my friend, flying over the water like that with such a nice drone. But hopefully everybody will subscribe to Christian Nomad and get a better look at that video, among others. That's a perfect video to connect with right now, because we're always supposed to be watching videos that are at least 3 minutes long. Better if it's 4, 5, 6, or 7 minutes, and then adding a second video into our watch later list so that we can let that run and play that later. Martin Magic Videos, good to see you back in the house. And Billy Rank at AOL.com, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. That's an interesting way to name a channel, but very cool. So hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody that you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. We're looking at Christian Nomad with well over 700 subscribers. They are on their road to 800, so I'd like to see them get to at least the 740 that must be on their mind today. And again, Christian Nomad has already been featured on Tuber Chat right after coming in, as a matter of fact, a couple of months ago, because of the generosity that I saw and the fact that they share their information for the betterment of everybody in the community when it comes to all things YouTube. Particularly, we were talking a lot about the glitching and purging and stuff like that. Yeah, Christian Nomad, I bet it makes you nervous every time you fly over the water. No doubt. We've got some great opportunity in my area of Niagara Falls, Canada. There's great opportunity to do some drone stuff. I don't think I should be flying right over the border or anything like that, but there's lots of lakes and rivers and other water, around that I could probably explore. But boy, will I ever be practicing with that drone before I ever do that. Calming Mind Meditations is our featured channel for today, so hopefully everybody will subscribe to them and we'll get them moving. I'd love to see them to at least 40 subscribers today, if not 50, and get them moving on that road to the first 100. Here's Eating with Miss P. She's got 1,500 subscribers, but she happens to be a very supportive creator, not only of Tuber Chat, but of myself as well. She has 3 channels. She's a published author, but as well, she's a dynamic creator, and hopefully everybody will connect with her. And then Thrill Seeks, YouTube's constantly purging and stuff like that, and it's even more frequent now. It's happening like every couple of days, so we just keep going as long as we all do as much as we can to support other creators. So whatever I suggest that we all do, hopefully you'll do even more. That's the idea. If we give more than we're expecting to receive, I promise you it'll come back to you, and we see that happening again and again and again. So we must be watching videos that are at least 3 minutes long. Better if it's 4, 5, 6, or 7 minutes. And then leaving a long, meaningful comment of at least a couple of sentences, maybe even 2, 3, 4 sentences long. And then giving a thumbs up. We should always be doing that for each other, and then subscribing, and in that way making sure that those subscriptions stick as much as possible. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. Looks like we're going to be looking at 2 pineapples here, which happens to be a silver member, but they have been an extremely generous and supportive creator ever since finding Tuber Chat just a few weeks ago. I'm going to leave you looking at them just for a second. Actually, I got to step away. I'll be right back again. I wondered if Sonia and Cheeto was here. I see Christian Nomad mentioning them, but I didn't see them come in yet. I hope that everybody has taken a moment to 2 pineapples. I hope that everybody has taken a moment to read our updated description, just so that we're all on the same page when it comes to connecting with each other and understanding all the silly things we say in the chat. Particularly if you're new to Tuber Chat, I want to make sure that you understand all the things we're talking about, like leaving packages and baking cookies and giving gifts and stuff like that. It all has to do with subscribing to each other's channels. Everybody in Tuber Chat is expected to subscribe to everybody else's channel, even though it's not a sub for sub network. We're here for the purpose of meeting each other, for the purpose of long-term support. Loyal and dedicated supporters is basically what this is. But everybody is expecting to subscribe to your channel after you subscribe to theirs. Pardon me. And if anybody finds the something that they believe I need to address in the chat with regards to creators not connecting the right way or swapping playlists and stuff like that, you can reach out to me on Instagram. It's all one word, Tuber Chat, and I will try to be attentive of it, and then I can address whatever we need in the chat. Oh, yeah, thanks, Thrill Seek, for the thumbs up. But yeah, it happens to everybody. Tuber Chat has gotten to a point where we seem to get at least 1 thumbs down on every single live stream. We avoided it for a while. We were getting 1 or 2 on average, and then I knocked it out for a little while by trying to look after it a little bit. Sometimes if you suspect, I don't want anybody to get into confrontations and stuff like that, but if you ever suspect that you know who's doing that stuff to you, it might be possible just to let them know you're watching. So every time I see a channel come through, get upset or not like it and then leave, and then I notice a thumbs down right after, I message them somehow afterwards, usually on Instagram or something like that, and I found that the thumbs down decreased. However, Tuber Chat's just at a place now we're getting them almost every time. And it happens to everybody. So, you know, there's not much you can do about that. Some people are just going to do that. The other thing, too, is you can't be too concerned about it. And I know it's easy for me to sit here and say that. But think about this. What if you have an account that's out there, whether it's a channel or not, and they're constantly thumbs downing everybody? Like, they do it all the time. YouTube knows that. So they put a little bit of less weight behind those thumbs down than they would something that's a little more legitimate. Now, that's just my assumption, but I'm sure that makes sense at some point. And then, did Jenny O'Brien come in? I saw somebody say hello and I didn't see it. Forgive me, I'm way behind in the chat. I don't mean to be. This is 2 pineapples. They have 64 subscribers. I'd love to see them get to 70 today. Like I said, they're a very generous and supportive creator, and I'm hoping that everybody will rally around this channel and get them moving a little bit closer on their road to the first 100. And Discord is something that I have tried to play around with a little bit, but not very seriously yet. So it's something we can think about adding to Tuber Chat in the future if anybody is interested. Right now, we're available on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit. Here's Kareen's life with 886 subscribers. It's certainly possible we can get her to the 890 that she's looking for right now, maybe even to 900 by the end of today and tomorrow's live streams. in a 26 minutes live, you did get 2.5 hours of watch time. That's possible. Absolutely, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. Tuber Chat, at the time we were getting monetized, was getting an average of, I forget if it was 50 hours of watch time per live stream. Just depends on how many people are there and how long they stay, right? So you get watch time for every person that's in there. Now YouTube will purge that as well, but it does add up. So lives can help. Yeah, no thumbs down yet, but don't worry. I'm sure it'll happen. That just makes the thumbs up more important than ever. That's why I say it that way lately. For those of you who've noticed, I say, you know, thumbs up are more important now than ever. It's important to keep your averages up, right? As long as you're in the 90% range, you're good. But YouTube also knows when there's nonsense going on. Are you going to stream on Christmas, the YT buddies? Probably not Christmas Day, but we'll see. I can't be certain yet. Blessed Girl Joe, good to see you here. Forgive me if I've missed anybody in the chat. All About Life with Colleen, thanks for coming in. Because you were on the wheel yesterday when my Streamlabs crashed and the stream got cut, I've got you on the wheel right now already. And you've been there since the beginning. So you're guaranteed we'll get around to your channel. And then hopefully I haven't missed anything in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. And then BillyRank@AOL.com. I'm hoping that you've just taken a moment to have a look at our video description so that you understand exactly how we're connecting here. So you can maximize your time and get the most out of your time here at Tuber Chat. Q and Nini Vlogs, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Let's spin the wheel. And Kareen's Life is another generous creator. She happens to do the featured channels list, and then as well, she's willing to swap playlists. Plus, she allows people to connect in her live streams the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. So she's a generous creator in that way, and for that reason, she's been featured on Tuber Chat. Kids Fun Channel. I've got to catch your avatar to make sure I've got the right channel here. This is something that's very important when we're connecting to these channels. So I don't know why we're not already connected. I thought I had you. Did I not have something from you in my watch later list already? You can see I've done this now. Oh, because you didn't get on the wheel yet. That's why. Of course. Like I said, yesterday it was going to be your chance to get on the wheel. And then my Streamlabs crashed, so the stream got cut, and we didn't have a chance. So today, we're up. Kids Fun Channel, I'm going to take one of your latest videos, add it into my watch later list, because I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. And what this will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list, and I will watch that video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of your video. I'll give you a meaningful comment for sure. Thumbs up, of course, and then I'll subscribe, and in that way I'll make sure that the subscription sticks. Okay, hopefully we're doing good. Q and Nini Vlogs, thanks for the share. Yeah, if anybody has the ability to share on your community tab or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or any other social network, of course I will appreciate it. And then the thumbs up mean more now than ever, like I keep saying. So if you haven't already, please give a thumbs up. And then hopefully Kids Fun Channel, you have Tuber Chat subscribed now so that you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. It's almost time for me to start adding names to the wheel. So I'll get to that in a moment. I'm just curious about something, and I wonder if everybody in the chat will help me with an idea. I'll leave a message too. Let me think about the question that I want to ask. What is the most important thing, aspect of YouTube that you could use help with right now? So I just asked a question in the chat. What is the most important aspect of YouTube that you could use help with right now? So I'm just curious more than anything else. Is it graphics like thumbnails and banners? Is it tags? Is it descriptions? Is it video content? Is it promoting? Is it social networks? Analytics? The things we see in YouTube Studio and stuff like that. I'm just curious. I would love it if everybody would mention what they think they could use help with. Wow, lots of toys to see. You work like an insane amount of hours. But yeah, as long as everybody's always doing as much as they can to support other creators, and we're all doing that, everybody will be just fine, I promise. Shorts, eh? Shorts, lots of toys to see. The Essential Circle, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Thumbnails, Blessed Girl Joe says, and banners. Views, eh? Q and Nini Vlogs. Are you filling out Q and Nini Vlogs? I'm just curious. Are you really taking a lot of time to fill out your descriptions and tags and hashtags? I'm just curious more than anything else. How do you post direct links to all social media on the About page? That's an interesting one. Not growing either. Maybe I can have a look at your channel when it's time, Q and Nini Vlogs, and see if I can figure anything out by looking at it quickly. I always disengage my TubeBuddy plugin when I start live streaming because it tends to slow the browser down only when I'm live streaming. I use TubeBuddy every day, but that can really help. And then yeah, direct links to all the social media on your About page. So this is lots of toys to see. They've got well over 1,100 subscribers. We'd love to get them to the 1,200 that they're looking for, so I'm hoping everybody will subscribe to this channel. Let me just go and show you how we can add links quickly, because that's something I can cover right this second. How to add the channel feature. Yes, I can do that as well. All About Life with Colleen. Okay, that's okay, Jaden. Okay, so forgive me because I'm dancing between things, but since I've got it open right in front of us here, when I click on Customize Channel, or you can get to Customization on the left side of YouTube, your About section is here in Basic Info, so we'll go over there in a second. But to do the Featured Channels collaboration, I've got a section right here called Featured Channels. I'm just going to go to Edit Section Contents, and I can take out... who's going to be easy to find? I'll take ProTech Sports out, and then all I have to do is look for ProTech Sports, and as soon as I know the right channel, I just click this box, and you'll see they're added to the bottom of the list. If you want to rearrange them, I'll put them back where they were, then click Done, then click Publish. And it really is that easy. You can move your sections around just by grabbing the handle and moving them if you'd like to. And then let me get, hit publish again. It's very important. Let me get to basic info. Here's how we're going to add a link. So this has all changed in the last few months, but on the customization tab on the left side of your studio, you can go down here. You'll see that I put these links here, but these are not clickable. They're just here so that you can see them. And I've got a mistake there, so let's fix that. I'm glad that that's been there for months. And then you got some information here, so you can add a link if you want. Let me take out our website and I'll add it, right? So link title, website, and then tuberchat.com. I put it here, and you got to make sure that this says how many links you want on your banner, because there's clickable links in the About section, and you can have much more. I think you can have 10. But the links that show up on the banner, you can have up to 5. So then we click Publish, and when I go back to our channel, there's our 5 links up here in order of importance. Let's just say Instagram is our strongest social network, so I make that first. And then when you go to the About section, you'll see that they are linked down here as well. Those are the 5 links that were added up here, the ones that I just did. So hopefully that's helpful. And then it's my pleasure to go through that. Let's spin. We'll get another channel up here. Just try to catch up in the chat. The grinding never stops. That's absolutely true. You sent me a message, Taylor Rochester. Very good. That yesterday or today? Oh, never mind. I think I see it right there. Not on your phone. Kristin Walton we're going to look at right now. And forgive me, I'll try to catch up with the chat in another second. And I will soon get to adding names to the wheel. I'll talk about shorts too when I get caught up here a little bit, if anybody would like. Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. I'm not sure if I followed you back on Twitter already, did I? Let's get Kristin Walton's channel up here. I'm going to talk about it in a moment. Let's make sure I've got Sam's Vlogs on Twitter, because we talked about that yesterday. What did I do? Did I give up on it because I couldn't find it right away? So here's what I'm going to... I didn't mean to do that. I shut my window. I'm just going to show you something on Twitter here quickly. First of all, let's go to Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. There they are. When I click right on their Twitter, I can get rid of my YouTube page now. And now I make sure that I'm following them as well. When you click these 3 dots, if you go to TuberChat's profile and you click those 3 dots, you'll actually see our lists. It's not here because I'm logged in to this account, but there's a list called TuberChat Stars. And anybody that tweets or retweets for TuberChat gets added in here, and then you can click on the members, and you've got 40 different creators there that have tweeted or retweeted for TuberChat, which means that if you're somebody who uses Twitter often, you can connect with 40 different creators that you can bet are generous and will probably give you a little bit of action on your videos and are willing to swap support there. So that's handled right now. How can you make a website, Jaden? That's quite a loaded question. There are lots of different programs out there, like for instance, Wix is a great one that lets people create a website for free. But that's a really big thing for me to get into as far as a tutorial. That could like justify a series of videos. But if everybody's interested in websites and stuff like that, that's something I can consider doing on my personal channel. I run a web server and I have that available for people as well. This is Kristin Walton. She's in the chat. She happens to be my love, but she is always here as a member and a moderator. She has her own channel. She's doing her own thing. And so she has 1,200 subscribers, but I'd love to see her get a little bit farther. She's on her road to 1,300. She does the featured channels collaboration that I talk about. She's willing to swap playlists, even though she's monetized, as a lot of other creators are. And then as well, she's had a little bit of success with shorts videos. So shorts videos are videos that are filmed in vertical format. Particularly, it's easiest to do with your phone. You can edit them, whether it's on a computer or your phone or anywhere else. But they're in vertical format, less than 60 seconds. And there's this winning the lottery aspect to them right now where YouTube is going after the TikTok people. So they're hoping that we're going to make tons and tons of these things, and then sometimes they push them. So Kristin's had a bit of success with 19,000 on one video, 28,000 on another. And, you know, hopefully we're going to see some more success with that from her. The YT Buddies is asking, what will be my reaction when a famous YouTuber joins the stream? My guess is that there won't be very often that bigger and more famous YouTubers will join Tuber Chat, because it's not really designed for channels of that size, if you can imagine, right? So when somebody's got 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, they're not going to come here to get an extra 10 or 20, because they're getting 10 or 20 per hour or per day, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. But that's just a guess. It's possible. I have had on my personal channel a couple of other bigger YouTubers with 400,000 plus come through and stuff like that, and that's kind of cool. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I just hope what happened actually, not that it matters, but what happened in my personal channel is Kristin and I were out in a town close to where we live, and a famous YouTuber came through. Like, he has 475,000 subscribers or something like that. I don't remember the name of it now. And this is the problem. I didn't know who it was. So they just came in and said, hey, everybody, you know, and nobody in our chat, I only had about 20 people in there or whatever it was. So nobody recognized them. So nobody really said anything about it. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to react in any kind of a great way and get any activity off them, but we'll see what happens in the future. I wonder if anybody else in the chat has had any bigger YouTubers come through their channels or live streams or anything like that. I have a friend who's a bigger YouTuber here in Toronto. Her name is Ms. Roshposh. She does makeup videos and stuff like that. I was at her wedding because I happen to be friends with her husband. But that was quite some time ago. So it looks like everybody's doing okay, meeting new friends and family members. If anybody had any questions or anything else that they meant for me to see and I missed it, I certainly don't mean to. Just be patient with me. If you don't mind asking or mentioning again, I'll try to watch for it. And I can talk more about shorts videos if anybody would like, if there's any particular questions that you have. I have experimented with them, but I have laid off. So I've done about, I forget if it's 10 or 12 or 14 or something like that. But I unlisted them, and I've laid off just because I need to focus on regular content first. And then All About Life with Colleen. We're in Niagara Falls, Canada. I grew up in Toronto, but I moved to Niagara Falls a little less than 5 years ago. I love living here, but I'm curious, are you anywhere close to us? We've collaborated with a couple of creators. My BS Life is a channel that's come through Tuber Chat many times, and Mr. Joshi as well is another channel, and we've met up in real life and done some small collaborating. Adding names to the board, the YT Buddies. I should be doing it right now, as a matter of fact. I'm probably overdue, so I'll start getting at it right now. And then I haven't had as much success as Kristin has and many of others of our friends so far with shorts. The best I did was 1,000 on one video within a day or two or whatever it was. But they tend to climb and then stop, which is fine. So, oh, Brampton, not far. Yeah, very cool. And then, so All About Life with Colleen, because we didn't get to your channel yesterday because the stream cut off, we had you on the wheel from the beginning today. So now I've got you here. Now I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, so I'm going to take one of your latest videos, add it into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. In the next 24 hours, I'll watch your video, in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up because we should always be doing that for each other. And I will subscribe, and in that way I'll make sure the subscription sticks. And then hopefully you're subscribed to Tuber Chat now, and you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So we're going to get a couple of channels on the wheel. I'll spin right away, and then we will add some more names. Life is Danny, great to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Gibbery's World happens to be a silver member. They're a generous supporter, and hopefully everybody will subscribe to this channel. I'd love to see them get to the 90 that must be on their mind right now. We'll push them a little bit farther towards that first 100. And Two Pineapples has got the music going for us again. Brandy Ines Bush, thank you for coming in. Since you are a member now, I will make sure that you get onto the wheel right away. You can actually take Gibbery's World spot. And hopefully everybody is doing okay, meeting new friends and family members. I saw an interesting question in a live stream one day. Somebody asked, do you think that big YouTubers should be supporting smaller YouTubers? And it was interesting, all the different answers you could imagine. There was, many different perspectives when it came to that. But my question was this. I said, okay, what about this? For everybody that's in the chat right now, for those of you who expect to be big YouTubers, whatever it is that you define that as, do you expect to support small creators when you get there? When you have so many subscribers that you don't need, this kind of thing anymore, and that, your channels are just growing so fast, it's unbelievable than what you might have thought of today. Will you still be supporting smaller YouTubers? And the only reason we use the term small YouTubers is because it's so popular on YouTube. If Tuber Chat was called, Content Creator Network, nobody would show up. So that's the only reason we use those terms. But I'm just curious. And very cool, Jaden Sa. Yeah, you're probably due to be on the wheel any time now, actually. B&B TV. Let's get you on here. We'll spin one more time. Holly's Hobby House, thank you for subscribing. Hopefully you've got our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Brandy Ines Bush is here, and now that I've got your channel up on the screen again, we've got you your bell on as well. I know I've got you in our featured channels list, and hopefully we can get everybody to rally around this channel. Brandy Ines Bush has been with Tuber Chat for a little while now, but they have 26 subscribers, and we love to see them get to the 30 that must be on their mind right now, and then push them a little bit farther on that road towards the first 100. They've obviously got some dynamic content for us here. And one of the reasons why I like featuring channels like this on the screen is so that as time goes on, I can get to know these channels better, hopefully eventually get to know the creators behind the channels as well, and then I can feature you better every time that you're here. Kellen, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me for not being sure. I think this is your first time with Tuber Chat, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time. And looks like we're doing okay. I should ask one more time if anybody has the ability to share the stream, whether it's on your community tab or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or any other social network. Of course, I'll appreciate it. And then as well, if you haven't already given a thumbs up, of course, I'll appreciate that also. It really does help the stream. And then it looks like everybody's doing okay, meeting new friends and family members. I haven't put Scratch and Pete on the wheel yet today. So let's spin. Let's get another channel up here. And yes, if anybody's willing to swap playlists, like Brandy Bush is reaching out to everybody now. If anybody wants to just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists, then other creators should reach out to you. And if you are willing to swap playlists and you see somebody say that, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. If anybody needs me to talk about what swapping playlists is, then I'm happy to go over that as well. The YT buddies, thanks for coming in. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow again. And then Blessed Girl Joe says they want to support small creators. That's their aim. Very cool. Christian Nomad, thanks for sharing on Twitter. And Thrill Seeks, thanks for sharing on Facebook as well. It really does help the stream. It helps us, get a little bit farther into the algorithm, because YouTube loves it when you bring in people from other platforms, right? So most people are on YouTube now or have been on YouTube at some point. But if they're not on YouTube right this minute, like let's say they're browsing Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any other social network, and then you post something, whether it's yours or somebody else's, that brings them onto the YouTube algorithm, brings them at least into YouTube. YouTube just loves that and favors that in the algorithm, and that really helps. That's why a lot of creators, especially live streaming, will share the stream out, share me out, share me out. It's because it really does help that much. So I appreciate it. Let's so Scratch and Pete has a premiere coming up. We've been waiting for this on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll catch Scratch and Pete with another video. And for everything that they do for Tuber Chat, not to mention many other channels on YouTube, I'd love to see everybody rally around this channel and catch that premiere while it airs. And then make sure we get lots of comments and likes and things on this video as well. Scratch and Pete has 133 subscribers. I'd love it if we could push them a little bit farther to the 140 that we know is on their mind, and get them a little bit farther on that road towards 200. Let's spin, and then I'll look at what I can do about adding more names to the wheel. Kellen Kirby, did you just change your name, or do you have two channels that you came in with? Oh, you must have did you just change your name? I can't figure that out. When I scroll back far enough, it says Kellen, but when I look later, it says Kellen Kirby. Thrill Seeks happens to be a silver member, so their channel is added to the wheel today at the beginning of the live stream automatically, but I'm hoping everybody will subscribe to this channel. Two Pineapples never misses their chance for the music. Okay, very, very cool, Kellen Kirby. Thrill Seeks has 651 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 660 that we know must be on their mind, and then get them a little bit farther on that road to 700. Here's Kira Walton. I was wondering where you were. See, the thing about Kira Walton is if I want to know where she is, I can just go look through the house, because Kristin, Kira, and I all live together in Niagara Falls, Canada. So it's nice when you're live streaming and you have two people who will help you as moderators, but they're right there with you. And the YT buddies, thank you. Yes, please do give a thumbs up. So Kellen Kirby, the way that the wheel works is we have a, and Holly Hobby's House is getting into the music too. I have a robot here called Bottissimo, and it works similarly to Streamlabs, Stream Elements, and Nightbot and this and that. But it also keeps track of how active everybody is in the chat. It's not just about how long you're here, but how much you interact with everybody, and it keeps track. And then after a little while, it usually takes about half an hour to 45 minutes, maybe even longer sometimes, to get onto the wheel. But eventually, when it's your turn, I put you on the wheel, which is random, of course, as you see when I spin. But when your name comes up, after you've been on the wheel, like the YT Buddies right now, then I put your channel up on the screen and we talk about it for a few moments if that's what you would like. And every once in a while, now that I've started adding more names to the wheel, every once in a while I'll add a few more, and we'll keep that going. So the YT Buddy, 68 subscribers. I'd love to see them get the 70 that they're looking for right now. And then we can push them a little bit farther on the road to that first 100 that we know is so important. Taylor Rochester's back in the house. Very cool. Baskets Resale is here. Thank you for coming back in. Oh, Thrill Seeks, your number went down? Yeah, YouTube is purging a lot. So the best thing that you can do is just while you're connecting with other creators, just make sure you're fulfilling your side of the obligation as best you can. So we're always watching videos that are a minimum of 3 minutes long. Better if it's 4, 5, 6, or 7 minutes. Adding a second video even longer into your watch later list like you see me do, and then you can just run that at any time afterwards. Make sure your comments are long and meaningful, several sentences, and then always give the thumbs up. We should always be doing that for each other. Oh, and Nikki Nichols, thank you for sharing on Facebook. I appreciate that. Anybody can connect to me if they want on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. I have them both for Tuber Chat and for myself personally, and I'm happy to connect with anybody for any reason at all. Mommy and Me Kitchen and Lifestyle, great to see you back in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Life with Rose and Ann, good to see you here. Jaden Saw, in our area, you don't have to wear masks or keep a 6-foot distance with people in your household. But everywhere else, you must at all times. In our areas. Mr. Fulton, good to see you here. And then, again, if anybody's willing to swap playlists, you can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you for the purpose of making those arrangements. And if you see somebody say that they're willing, and you are, then please reach out to them. Please don't be shy. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. All right, very cool. This is the YT Buddies. They've been back with us again and again for the last many different streams. So I'm hoping everybody will rally around that channel. And like I said, push them a little bit farther on that road to the first 100. Vermont Paint, I was hanging out with them in another live stream today. Thank you for coming in. And Georgia Bulldogs, they were here yesterday, right when my Streamlabs crashed and our stream got cut. So I have them on the wheel today automatically to make up for that missed spot yesterday. But Georgia Bulldogs is an extremely generous creator. They are somebody who has been with Tuber Chat so much that when I look over the stats for the first 50 episodes, they are the #1 supporter in regards to time served, let's just say. So Bulldogs fan 14, you can catch them on Instagram. But Georgia Bulldogs has been with us. They do the Featured Channels collaboration where they're generous enough to actually support our whole family of YouTube creators here. And then as well, they have made videos. They do some shout out videos, and they have done that both for me and for Tuber Chat. So you can find one of their videos on our front page. We have 2 sections available for that. One is for videos where they are made specifically for Tuber Chat, like what Georgia Bulldogs or Michael's Adventures have done. And then something like yesterday's interview with Mr. Fulton Mraz is there. And then we have another section on our front page where we feature creator videos that are those shout out videos that you see where people are recommending 5 or 10 channels that they like, and then Tuber Chat has been included. So we put those on our front page. So we're hoping if anybody makes or sees those kind of videos, you'll make sure that I know so that I can make sure that those videos get featured. And yeah, Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More. We've in Ontario, Canada, we've got quite a thing going on with an enormous number of cases these days, so we're not looking at any restrictions being relaxed for a while. We're going to look at Kira Walton right now. Georgia Bulldogs has 263 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 270 that must be on their mind right now. I'd love to see them get to that 300. Kira Walton has done the 300. She's on her way to 4. She's got 341 subscribers now, but I'd love to see her get a little bit farther to the 350 that's on her mind. She is always in the chat as a moderator, but because she is Kristin Walton's daughter, we all live together in Niagara Falls, Canada. That makes Kira my BFF forever. But she has her own channel, and she's doing her own thing. She's got some lifestyle videos, some unboxings, product reviews, and some video game live streaming. So quite a variety there, and I'm hoping we're going to see some more content from Kira very soon. And then Bay and Bay TV is reaching out to swap playlists. So if anybody's willing to swap playlists for the purpose of gaining watch hours, you can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you for the purpose of making those arrangements, and everybody's free to make them independently and individually, of course. Yeah, Sam's Vlogs, I don't know if that's going to happen here. There's a big debate over it right now, but we won't know for a while. Honey Tina says you need to do live streams more often and let people make friends too. You can, that's for sure. And lots of creators do that. It's a great way to get people into your streams and get some watch hours and stuff like that. And then you just want to consider what your goals for your channel are as well. But it can be a great way to get some serious activity, that's for sure. So again, Kira Walton, always in the chat as a moderator for us. And she also does the feature channels collaboration here. So when you feature channels on your front page like this, you are saying to the YouTube algorithm and to your audience that these channels are worthy of being featured by you. And then when some of those channels hopefully feature you in return, they are saying to their audience in the YouTube algorithm that you are worthy of being featured by them. So you can imagine the impact that that has both on the YouTube algorithm and on your audiences. So I recommend it for anybody that's willing to do it. And if you have featured Tuber Chat on your front page or even my personal channel, please make sure that I know so that I can return the favor, because I absolutely do that with both channels. Professor Fox and Dr. B is in the house. And let me spin. Grandma Faye LME is willing to swap playlists. Let me spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here, and I will start adding some more names to the wheel. Just Vlogging Life happens to be a gold member. So they have got their guaranteed feature of some sort, which means today their channel is added to the wheel automatically at the beginning of the live stream. But as well, their link is dropped every 30 minutes or so by Nightbot, as we have seen. But Just Vlogging Life is an extremely generous supporter, and I'm hoping everybody will subscribe to them, get them to the 260 that they must be having on their mind right now, and get them a little bit farther on their road to 300. 2 pineapples. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look for, see if there's any way without copyright if I can find some version of that song, maybe a cover or a karaoke or an instrumental or something that could be used while we spin that wheel. I don't know if that's possible. That might be a bit of a stretch, considering it's just a simple website, but it's fun thinking about it, that's for sure. And then, yeah, Jaden's got Kira on the featured channels list now, which is very cool. So we've got Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More. Calming Mind Meditations is our featured channel for today, so I'm hoping everybody will subscribe to them if you haven't already. Let's get Sergeant Life up here. JD Knight 7, Holly's Hobby House. I'm anxious to see your channel and what you've going on. Is Carrie Beth still with us? I'll ask Carrie Beth just to let me know if she's still here. I haven't seen her for a few minutes, but Let's spin. I hope I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, of course, I'll get around to everybody. And look at that. As a matter of fact, we're going to see Holly's Hobby House right now. Game Master 1414, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. So Holly's Hobby House has exactly 100 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can get her a few more so that we can get that number really locked in and make sure she doesn't slip back below 100. Carrie Beth's still in the house, so I'm going to get Carrie Beth onto the wheel right away. And so Holly's Hobby House, I do not watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. So what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos, and I'm trying to look for something over 10 minutes long. I'll take this 1048, add this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I will go through my watch later list in the next 24 hours. I will watch that video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful genuine comment related to the content of your video. I will give you a thumbs up, of course, and I'll subscribe. And in that way, I'll make sure that the subscription sticks. And then hopefully you're subscribed to Tuber Chat now and you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Oh, Grandma Faye LME. Okay, perfect. I was just going to send you a message, actually. So we're going to look at Grandma Faye LME right now. This is a channel that's been with Tuber Chat for quite a while now, and is connected to many other creators that we are. She's a very much loved and well-respected member of not only the Tuber Chat community, but the small YouTuber community at large. She's with many other channels that we're familiar with. So hopefully everybody will subscribe to her. She's got 357 subscribers. I'd love to see her get to 360 right now and get a little bit farther on that road to 400. And then I'm just going to take a moment to remind everybody. So while we're connecting, we must be watching videos that are at least 3 minutes long. And when we're just watching a few seconds or less than a minute of any other video, your connection likely won't stick. And what will happen is YouTube will take them all away. So we all get frustrated with the purging and glitching that's going on right now. So our new system seems to be working perfectly. So we watch videos that are at least 3 minutes long. We leave a long, meaningful comment of at least 2 or 3 sentences. And then give a thumbs up, and all of this helps our connection stick. The other thing we're doing is taking another longer video, usually around 10 minutes or so, adding it into your watch later list, and what that will do is you can run that playlist, your watch later list, at any time after the stream. You could do it even when you go to bed or something like that, and it shows YouTube that you cared so much about the creator that you went back for a second video already. So for anybody that's in the chat connecting right now, if you've been connecting on shorter videos or not watching 3 minutes, I can almost promise you your connections are going to be taken away. And I certainly don't want you to be frustrated. I certainly don't want you to have animosity with other creators for that reason. So please make sure that we're always watching videos that are at least 3 minutes long. I know it's possible to move faster than that, but YouTube will take it all away, and we don't want that. And other than that, hopefully everybody's having a good time connecting, meeting new friends and family members. Ms. Terrell 2.0 is willing to swap playlists, so anybody can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists, and other creators should reach out to you. Oh, and then please, oh, yeah, where possible for everybody, please have your comments turned on. But if you have videos that are made for kids or a channel that's made for kids, I know that's not possible, so that's fine. When we find a channel that doesn't have long enough videos or that doesn't have their comments on, the other thing we're doing is going to the discussion tab. And you can leave a comment of any kind here. And you know, that's only 2 sentences, but hopefully you'll do better than I am right now. You can leave a comment right there about anything at all. Now, these comments in this section are going to disappear when you get your 1,000 subscribers, and you will have a community tab instead of a discussion tab. But this is something we can do right now to help. And Kristin Nomad, wow, thank you for upgrading your membership. So Kristin Nomad has already been a member for a couple of months now, several months, but has upgraded a membership to silver. So what that means is previously what would happen is I would add Kristin Nomad's channel to the wheel as soon as I see them, like I do with all members. But in the case of silver and gold members, they get a guaranteed feature of some sort, whether it's those commercials that I've played, some of you have seen in previous live streams, or your name added to the wheel automatically at the beginning of the live stream, one or the other. So from now on, that will be the case. But just for that reason, I'm just going to have another look at Kristin Nomad before I get around to spinning the wheel again. But thank you very much for upgrading that. When you copy somebody's name who's a member, it comes on with that jargon as well. We were talking about Kristin Nomad earlier because he's got some drone footage that we looked at for a second. That's great to have a look at. But Kristin Nomad's able to travel around the US and really give us some serious different content, which is great. Oh, your comments are off for live streams, Ms. Terrell. That's interesting. Okay. And then, yeah, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. You won't have a discussion tab anymore. Once you get 1,000 subscribers, you got a community tab. And then the discussion tab disappears. But the discussion tab is somewhere where we can leave comments for channels that either have short videos or don't have comments enabled because they might be made for kids and things like that. Ghost Pirate, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Blood Dragoon, good to have you back. Yeah, I'm just putting it on. Yeah, thank you, Kristin Nomad. I appreciate that. I'm just putting it on for a second because I got to get some more names onto the wheel here anyway. So, don't mind having a quick look. And let's see what we got going on. Carrie Beth's on the wheel. Sergeant Life is on there. Holly's Hobby House we just looked at. JD Knight 7's on there. Jaden Saw hasn't been on yet. Q and Nini Vlogs. And Blessed Girl Joe. And let's just get a few on here at the same time. Taylor Rochester. And Kid Wonder. And I'll spin. We'll get another channel up. And then I'll see. Markel Vlogs, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody that you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you will find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. So Taylor Rochester is probably struggling a little bit with the YouTube purging and stuff like that. So as you can see, this is a channel that's been back to Tuber Chat again and again, but only has 15 subscribers right now. And I'm hoping we can push this channel a little bit farther and get her to at least the 20 that must be on her mind right now. And for her, yeah, Sam's Vlogs Trains and More. Oh, you've been on the wheel, but it just hasn't come to you yet. And then, yeah, Taylor Rochester. Hopefully we can get her to the 20 that she's looking for. And then I'm just going to address something here on Instagram. If anybody feels there's something I need to address in the chat with regards to creators not connecting the right way or swapping playlists and having trouble and things like that, you can reach out to me on Instagram. It's all one word, Tuber Chat. And then I'll try to be attentive of it, and then I can address whatever we need in the chat. Just make sure we get everybody on the same page. The Ace Deuce family, it's good to see you back in the house. I'm just taking care of something very quick here. And then you're right, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. Yes, please make sure you're watching a full video. It's not enough to watch a minute or a few seconds of any video at all. We must be watching. It's not even enough to watch 3 minutes of a live stream or anything like that. Where possible, which is 99% of channels, we want to watch a video in full that's at least 3 minutes long. And leave a meaningful, genuine comment about the content of the video. I suggest a minimum of 2 full sentences, if not 3 or 4. When we leave just, the word nice or an emoji or 2, they usually get held for review, which means they could be deleted for spam, or they could, YouTube might take the connection away afterwards. And it's very, very frustrating, and we don't want that to happen. The other thing, too, is always give a thumbs up, and then I suggest taking a second video as long as possible and putting it in your watch later list so that you can just, run that later. Taylor Rochester here, for instance, has only a video of 2:33. That's the longest one she's got. So let's have a look and see if she's even got the comments on. So comments are off on this channel. So then what I'm hoping is, like I said, we go over to the discussion tab. So I would, even in her case, I would just watch all 3 videos. And then there's Angel Light Over Darkness there. And then and her aunt was in here as well, probably having a look, which is great. It's good to know that a young creator's got some support. Great to have found your channel. Looking forward to much more content from you. Something like this, even more. When you see me do anything, the best idea is to do even more than I do. And, yeah, hopefully everybody's doing okay, meeting new friends and family members. Let's spin. We'll get another channel up here. So I see she's got another subscriber right now, 16 subscribers. And then Taylor Rochester, we just want to make sure, hopefully you're still in the chat with us here. Yeah, it looks like you are. Make sure when you're visiting other channels, you're always watching videos that are 3 minutes long, at least, maybe even more, and then leaving long comments and giving thumbs up always, and then subscribing. Bay and Bay TV, we've got your bell on now because this is the second time we've got your video, your channel up here. There's the video we connected with. Hopefully everybody will subscribe to this channel. They're a newcomer to Tuber Chat over the past weekend, but hopefully we can get them to the 25 that must be on their mind right now. Get them moving a little bit farther on that road to the first 100. Minerzach123 is still in the house, so I'm going to get you onto the wheel as well. I know you've been here for a while. They're willing to swap playlists. If anybody in the chat is willing to swap playlists, you can simply say so in the chat, and other creators will reach out to you. And it looks like everybody's doing okay, so let's spin. Once again, Bay and Bay TV, they've been back with us since finding us just in the last few days, actually, but I'm hoping everybody will push them a little bit farther. And then the Ace Deuce family, everybody here is looking for new family members, but the best success that you're going to find, because you've been to Tuber Chat before, but not often, so to most of the people here who have been here before, you look like a new channel. And most of the creators that have been here for weeks or months before will not connect to a new channel until they see how you interact with everybody else first, so that they can make a judgment call whether you might be genuine before they will connect with you. So the best success you'll find here in Tuber Chat is to reach out to other creators first. You visit their channel, watch their video, give them a comment and a like, subscribe to them, then come back here and let them know that you've done that, and then they will turn around and do the same thing for your channel. And then it's Licha. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. I hope I'm pronouncing that right for you, but it's great to have you back in the chat. And then I did say we were going to check out the next channel. I spun a little bit early, but Q and Nini Vlogs is coming up right now. So I'm just going to have a look at your channel. I'm going to see if I can punch my TubeBuddy on for a second and see if this is going to be able to help me at all. I tend to turn it off while we live stream because it tends to slow my browser down just while I'm live streaming. But I use TubeBuddy all the time. I do pay for the first level of it. And then let's say we're going to go to your most recent video, 25 questions. So I'm just counting your hashtags here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So one of the things that maybe everybody, hopefully a few people can find this as a great tip. You can't use more than 15 hashtags in your description, or what will happen, and including the title, YouTube will ignore all of them. So that might be something that's causing a real problem. So you want to knock that down. My suggestion is never to put the same amount. You want to put, like, let's say 14 one day, 13 one day, 12 one day, and then put 14 again another day, something like that, but never more than 15. And the reason why I say 14 is just in case you make a mistake and forget about one, or you put one in the title, you don't miscount. But I would think about that. So that's an idea. The other thing too is I see your tags here. You want to make sure you're maximizing those. So when people ask, like, for instance, how do I make tags? My suggestion is always to start with common sense. So you start writing them out, right? So you've got 25 Christmas questions, right? So I would type Christmas, then I would type questions, then I would type Christmas questions. Not many people will be searching specifically for 25 Christmas questions, but you could put it in there because if you're doing a challenge like you are here, and actually from our friend, The Essence of Sonia, there might be enough creators that it'll give it some movement. Then as well, you just keep going with that, especially Vlogmas. You'll want to put that in. So as well, for those of you who want to see... I did the wrong thing here. This is a tool I was using, and I still use it once in a while before I started using TubeBuddy. And what you can do right here is just type in a word, and it will give you all kinds of popular tags. You can just copy this right into your video description. You might want to look in case there's anything like you don't want or anything inappropriate and stuff like that, because that's possible. But this will fill your tags right away. And then the only other thing, I mean, you've got a lot of information in your description, which is good, so that's okay. You've got, I see you're actually you're promoting other channels here too, a lot of friends of ours and stuff like that, which is cool as well. Those are the first things that I noticed without being able to dive any deeper, but I did promise that I'd have a look while we were on your channel. So hopefully that helps just the tiniest bit. But the hashtags are the first thing that I notice. And swapping playlists, Holly's Hobby House, I'll talk about that in another moment. And we're going to look at Carrie Beth now. And I will start trying to catch up in the chat. I'm very behind, so pardon me if I've missed anything. 2 pineapples has got the music always playing. Here's Carrie Beth. This is a channel I talk about all the time. What about tags? Usually use 2 or 3. Hashtags, the first 3 that you use. Let's see if Carrie uses them. Can't remember for the life of me. There she goes. So Carrie uses hashtags. I just want to see, we're going to inspect your stuff for a little bit, so forgive me. So Carrie's just using, okay, not very many. So you're using 3, and those 3 are showing up here under the video. So, or above the title. So what happens here is when you have, no matter how many hashtags you have in your title or description, 3 of them will show up. The first 3 will show up over your title like that, like you just saw from Carrie here. But you can have up to 15. Any more than that, YouTube may ignore them all. Pardon me while... I'm lucky enough that I have a lot of creators that reach out to me for the purpose of helping a little bit with, you know, on Instagram and stuff like that, just to keep me up to date on everything that's happening. But once in a while, funny things happen. We're usually joking about the purging and stuff like that. MinersAct123, yeah, you can put more. So my suggestion for everybody is to put somewhere between 12 and 14 hashtags. Really, like, that's a good way to maximize them without making the mistake. But if you put more than 15, it's possible. And as far as I hear, guaranteed that YouTube will ignore them all. Because they don't want spam. They don't want people doing what everybody's done for 20 years with websites and stuff like that, where you just load the page with tags. And, you know, they know better than that, right? They're too smart for that. But that's a possibility. As for regular tags, just maximize the area that you have. So if you have, I forget how many characters it is, if it's 500 or something like that, try to max it out. Start with common sense, use rapidtags.io like I showed you if you need to, if you want ideas for filling it out, or I use TubeBuddy as well. I leave an affiliate link for TubeBuddy in every description of every video, both on my channel and here on TuberChat, because I absolutely do use that tool. So of course, if you haven't used it yet and you're thinking about playing around with it, then it helps me if you use my affiliate link, of course. I'm just going to turn it off, though, because I don't want it to slow down my browser while I live stream. This is Carrie Beth, and with well over 2,000 subscribers, you can bet that there's much to be learned from this creator as well as entertained by. She's a dynamic creator that does a fantastic job both on her videos and presentation. She does the featured channels collaboration that I talk about all the time, and she's still willing to swap playlists even though she's monetized. So I'm hoping everybody will subscribe to her, get her to the 2,200 that we know she's thinking about. And we'll get on to the next channel, which is going to be Jadensaw28. And sorry, Holly's Hobby House. Yeah, I know you're actually talking, and thanks for the creators that are helping out with the talk about swapping playlists. So basically what it is, though, is just a simple arrangement that we make with each other. You are going to run a playlist of their videos. They are going to run a playlist of your videos. And if you have a playlist of 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 20 hours or even more, you can imagine that by getting many other creators to run that playlist for you, your hours are really going to stack up. But the reason why I push it so much here on TuberChat is because when you've traded favors with somebody in that way, you give a friendship the opportunity to start and hopefully flourish. So I push it all the time. So it's really that simple. You're not obligated to sit and watch every second of every video. You're not even obligated to comment and like every video, even though it would be great if you could do as much for the other creator as possible, and we're always doing that for each other all the time. But you can run the playlist when you sleep, when you eat, when you go out, when you work, or anywhere else, or if you have another tab you can open on your computer or something like that, and that can be helpful. But like I said, it's a great way to collaborate and get friendships started. So eventually, your channel will have a strong and solid foundation of loyal and dedicated supporters. So this is Jade and Saw28. They've been with Tuber Chat since episode number 13. So they have been with us for 120 episodes of Tuber Chat. Almost every single live stream Jaden has been here for. And I'm hoping everybody will subscribe to them, and we'll get them a little bit closer to the 1,700 that they're looking at. Let's get Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More up here. See, luck didn't pass you by all day today. 2 playlists running, Thrill Seeks, yep. Oh, Tanisha Rawls, good to see you here. Sorry, I may not have welcomed you when you first got here. You might have slipped by me, but thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. And Life with Sonia, thank you for coming in. Forgive me, I didn't see you slip by me as well. Sometimes my speeches get quite long here on Tuber Chat, but we're always trying to help everybody. Don't I get bored? I don't, the YT buddies, but hopefully I'm not boring you too much. I know when you're here often, you hear me say a lot of the same things, but what I'm hoping is while we're all sharing our knowledge together here on Tuber Chat, you'll find little nuggets of helpful information. Like, we don't usually talk about tags unless it comes up, so hopefully those couple things were interesting and helpful to most creators. But again, like I've mentioned before, all we're doing here, oh, thank you, Michael's Adventures. All I'm worried about here is having something that we can do for two to 2.5 hours while we live stream. It's the only reason I'm here. It's why it's a live stream, but really the chat is the most important part. So it's never boring for me. And then, yeah, when we talk about numbers in the chat and emojis and things like that, it's not so much of a big deal here in Tuber Chat because we haven't had a problem with it yet. But with a lot of other live streams similar to Tuber Chat, all these growth streams, what you'll find is a lot of hosts have a lot of rules. And so that's why Tuber Chat seems to be the most strict, is because I just take every rule that everybody has and add them all together. So what we do in chats like this, for those of you who are newer to Tuber Chat or new to growth streams, you never want to be using numbers in the chat. We want to be using words instead of numbers, especially when we're talking about our goals and things like that. And then we always want to keep the emojis to only 1 or 2. But because everybody's so unbelievably respectful in this chat all the time, it hasn't come up as a problem yet. But we always want to keep it in mind, because when you're, like, I can't stream 24 hours a day. So when you're out in other growth streams, I want you to be able to maximize your time there. And I certainly don't want you to get banned or timed out or jumped all over by hosts and other, people in other chats and stuff like that. I don't want, I want you to be able to have an easy time. Not to mention the idea that I wish everybody would always help each other. So when you're in other live streams and you see newcomers, you'll be able to guide them, because Tuber Chat has the most strict rules that I know of. Then you should have an easier time everywhere else. Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More has their 1,000 subscribers locked in. I'd love to see them get to 1,060. That must be on their mind for today. And then, hopefully we're all doing well. And thank you, All About Life with Colleen. I appreciate your kind words. I'm just, so JD Knight 7 is coming up. I hope he's still in the chat with us. This is a channel that's been with Tuber Chat since the beginning, and actually is one of the first channels to have been featured on Tuber Chat. And then Q and Nini Vlogs mentioned about losing some hours too. But, you know, YouTube's purging all kinds of stuff all the time. So it's unfortunate that that is the case. But we just keep going, right? YouTube's going to purge anything that it deems is invalid or especially inactive accounts and stuff like that. And it's frustrating and it's not right and all that other stuff. But this is the world we choose to live in. So we have to keep going. The best we can do is always do as much as we can for other creators, knowing that most of the time that's going to come back to us. And eventually there will be a day where much more is being done for you than you can even possibly do for anybody else. If we're all just doing as much for each other as we can, everybody will be fine, I promise you. We see it again and again. Lots of channels getting monetized even over the last few months, even with these purges and glitches and all the other stuff I like to complain about. And everybody is eventually getting where they need. It looks like everybody's doing okay, meeting new friends and family members. If I've missed anything in the chat, I certainly don't mean to. I know my speeches get a little bit long here and there. If you've mentioned something that you wanted to ask a question or you wanted me to see something, please just be patient with me. Mention it again, and I'll try to keep my eyes open for that. JD Knight 7 is getting close to 2,900 subscribers, and eventually will be pushed, hopefully eventually, to the 3,000. That I know is around the corner for them. And then, pardon me while I jump between things here. Sam Slocks train some more yet. Watch hours back after you shame them on the survey. Christian Nomad was talking about. This is the truth. Sometimes in YouTube Studio, you're going to be presented with surveys from YouTube, and what I wish for everybody is please take the time to fill those out and just tell the truth. I'm never going to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't say. Just tell the truth about how you feel for every question, and then YouTube will hopefully eventually become a better place. But Christian Nomad's describing that right now. I have filled out my surveys and I report to them regularly. Even though I think my comments fall on deaf ears, but I do it anyway because I hope that eventually they'll pay attention. And then, okay, hopefully everybody's doing okay, meeting new friends and family members. Again, if you're new to Tuber Chat, I hope you'll take a moment to read our updated video description, or even if you've been here before and haven't been here in a while, then please take a look at that video description, because I've laid out some new additions to the process that we follow, which includes watching a full video of at least 3 minutes long, leaving a meaningful, genuine comment of at least a couple of full sentences, taking a second video and adding it into our watch later list so that you can let that run later, and all that kind of stuff helps. And there you go. Yeah, Sam's Vlogs trains and more. Absolutely. 2 pineapples is keeping the music going for us. And then, yeah, hopefully everybody's doing okay. If you haven't already, I should ask everybody again if you have the ability to share the stream, whether it's on your community tab or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or any other social network. It really will help. And then thumbs up, of course, always helps the stream. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up everywhere you go. But if you would do it for me right now, it really does help the stream. They matter more now than ever, so I will appreciate it. Zaya Rose, good to see you here. I just saw you. I think it was in Vern's junk closet. Is that right? Good to have you back in the house. I thought that I recognized your channel. Maybe I'm connected to you with my personal channel, but not with Tuber Chat yet, because I noticed that Bautissimo is welcoming you. And forgive me if I'm wrong about all that, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members here in no time. I'm going to look at what I can do about adding names to the wheel, but we're looking at Blessed Girl Joe here right now, and I'm hoping we can push this channel a little bit farther towards their next milestone. Oh, is Kellen Kirby still with us? Let's get your channel up on the wheel. I should refresh my chat. I'm always looking off in the in another window here so that I can monitor the chat while we go. I had blocked you. Oh my. Well, isn't that an embarrassment? Are you sure? Because I don't remember unblocking you, Zaya, but that might be, if that's the case, that might be a while ago. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Unless that was a shadow ban, I'm hoping, and not me actually banning. But I could be wrong. I'm sure some time has passed then if I'm not remembering that. But either way, hopefully you'll, like I said, end up meeting lots of friends and family members here. And like I said, just please take a moment to read our video description, because it talks about exactly how we connect here, which is similar to what you've seen before anyway. Thank you, Grandma Faye LME. But we're doing a couple of extra things here just to make sure that our connections stick with all the games that YouTube seems to be playing with us. Mommy and Me Kitchen and Lifestyle is on the wheel now. I hope they're still here in the chat. Let me have a look. Yeah, I think they're still here. MinerZack123 is there. Billy Rank at AOL.com. Are you still with us? Maybe not. Andy from Ace Flaw 1 is here. Ms. Terrell 2.0. Did I not put you on the wheel? Not yet. Oh, did Runny Egg come in? There are Runny Eggs in the house. That's another channel that I've recently connected with and conversated with, actually. They do another growth stream, like I like to call it, another stream where it's similar to what we're doing here in Tuber Chat, and then they allow people to connect, and I've already gained a handful of new family members from Runny Egg's live streams. But he generously does the same thing where he'll, feature channels on the screen. A lot of people from Tuber Chat are already there and recognize Runny Egg. But if you haven't already seen that channel, then I hope everybody will subscribe to them and have a look at what they've got going on, because you'll find lots of new friends and family members there as well. And so we're looking at Blessed Girl Joe, but I'm going to spin the wheel now. I've got a couple more names on our wheel right now. And Billy Rank at AOL.com, I've got you on the wheel, and look at the luck you have. Your channels come right up. That's the first time that I've seen a channel named an email address, and, under the right circumstances, that could probably be a very smart move. So, it's interesting to me. So you are a new connection for Tuber Chat, and what that means is I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. So what I'm going to do is take one of your videos, and I usually look for something around 10 minutes if I can find one, and if not, I'll take this. Oh, maybe I'm not going to take that. I will take the longest other video I can find. Here, I'll play this. I'll take this video, add it into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I will go through my watch later list. I will watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment for you related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, and I will subscribe, and in that way I'll make sure that the subscription sticks. And Runny Egg, thank you for the thumbs up. I hope everybody's always giving thumbs up to each other when we're out there, but they mean more now than ever. So I hope everybody who hasn't already will give a thumbs up. Grandma Faye LME might have just left, but Tanisha Rawls, if you want to just make sure you reference something about her being able to get back to you, then I'm sure she will. Hannah Rose, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And this might be your first time with Tuber Chat, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time. Tina Zone, good to see you back in the house. And then BillyRank at AOL.com. Hopefully you're subscribed to Tuber Chat and you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Q and Nini Vlogs, I forgot to take your name off the wheel. Forgive me for that. And Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More, thanks very much. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow again. Let's see if Ms. Terrell 2.0 is still with us. Maybe. We'll put the channel up and see what they've got going on for us today. Two pineapples. I have to find something. Again, I'm hoping I can get some music together. I'm going to make some changes over the next month or so, and hopefully by January we'll be settled, but I'll have music running maybe even all the time. Just quietly, but something to give us a bit of flow. Oh yes, Blood Dragoon for Holly's Hobby House. You'll be able to find. So the number one reason why I don't help and drop links like to help everybody find channels even when we have trouble finding them is because you're really doing a favor for that creator by searching for them, finding them, and clicking on them. It's great for them for the algorithm. So I'm hoping everybody will take the extra moment that it takes to find Blood Dragoon. Even putting quotes, copying and pasting if you can, putting quotes and making sure we don't miss that second O, and should be able to find them without too much trouble. This is Ms. Terrell 2.0. She's a very much loved and well-respected member, not only of the Tuber Chat community, but of the small YouTuber community at large. I run into her and many other people's live streams, always out supporting others. So I'm hoping everybody will rally around this channel. We'll push them a little bit closer to the 1,400 that they've got on their mind right now. And it looks like everybody's having a good time connecting. TN Lance, good to see you here. Thanks for coming back in. And Two Pineapples sending the island vibes. I wonder if there's a Hawaiian-inspired version of You Spin Me Round that has been done or could be done. And it looks like everybody's having a good time meeting new friends and family members, which is great. I will think about spinning the wheel again in another second. Let me see what I can do about adding another name to the wheel. Is Little Ruby's Daycare Encounter still with us? I don't think I put them up today, did I? Yeah, let me... No, maybe not. Little Ruby's Daycare Encounters, just let me know if you're still here, please. I'll spin, we'll get another channel up, and then I'll see what I'm going to do about that. Baskets Resale's been here a while, haven't you? Maybe I gotta refresh. Mommy and Me Kitchen and Lifestyle. Let's see what you got going on for us right now. Minderzack123 still in the house. Yeah, I got you on the wheel. Just having a look at my list. Bautissimo keeps track of everything for me. We can get Blood Dragoon on there. Okay, Baskets Resale's got a little while to go, but that's okay. Let's see who else is here. Mommy and Me Kitchen Lifestyle has 506 subscribers, so it looks like they've got their 500 locked in. I'm hoping we can push them to 510, because we all know that once you get to about 10 over your major goal, most often it stops you from slipping back under that major milestone. So they're halfway on their road to 1K, and I'm hoping we can rally around this channel and push them a little bit farther. Again, today's featured channel is Calming Mind Meditations, so I'm hoping everybody will subscribe to them. And we do have some news. We found out that Scratch and Pete, PA, our beloved and dedicated moderator, has got a premiere coming out on Tuesday. I've already set my notification, and I'm hoping everybody will catch that as well. So maybe I'll move a little bit faster now. That's Mommy and Me Kitchen and Lifestyle, and hopefully we'll push them a little bit farther right now. Sergeant Life is coming up. I don't know if they're still with us. They were here like from, I think, right close to the beginning of the live stream. I'll put it up for a second anyway, and we'll have a quick look. Two pineapples. So Sergeant Life, yeah, has 124. I'd love to see them have, especially the 125 right now. We can push this channel probably to 130. But they've got our featured channel right there, Calming Mind Meditations, and another couple of friends of Tuber Chat here, Finding Happiness in All You Do and Just Living Life. Both of these channels are often here with Tuber Chat. So I'm hoping Sergeant Life can get a little bit of activity on their channel as well. However, I am going to move on quickly because I don't think they're still here with us. They were here for most of the time. We've been on for 2 hours today, or just about. Unmasked Lifestyle happens to be a silver member. So they get a guaranteed feature of some sort every single live stream automatically. So for today, their channel was added to the wheel at the beginning of the live stream. But they are an extremely generous supporter, and I like talking about this channel because while she is a dynamic creator, you can also see that her presentation and branding are just spectacular. I believe she's willing to swap playlists if you want to reach out to her for that reason, but she also does the feature channels collaboration that I talk about all the time. There's Calming Mind Meditations right there, our featured channel for today. So when you feature channels on your front page like this, you are saying to the YouTube algorithm and to your audience that these channels are worthy of being featured by you. And then when some of those channels hopefully feature you in return, they are saying to their audience in the YouTube algorithm that your channel is worthy of being featured by them. So you can imagine the impact that that has both on the YouTube algorithm and on your audiences. So I recommend this collaboration for anybody that's willing to do it. It's a great way to trade favors. And if you featured Tuber Chat or my personal channel on your front page, I hope you'll let me know so that I can return the favor, because I absolutely do that with both channels. And then Baskets Resale can use some more, of course. So please don't be shy. Best idea, of course, in Tuber Chat is always to go first. Please don't wait for anybody to come to you. The object is always that you visit a channel, watch their video, give them a comment and a like, subscribe to them, then come back into the chat here and let them know that you've done that, and then they will turn around and do the same thing for your channel. And pardon me, I'm just addressing something quick. And then, featured channels. Yeah, Tanisha Rawls. So let me see. I don't know if Kid Wonder does it or not. I forget. I thought he did. Yeah, there you go. So featured channels he does. And this is something I talk about all the time because it's something simple that you can do. TuberChat's been fortunate to be featured on many different creators, like for instance, Blessed Girl Joe is a channel that we've done this with. And how do we feature the channels? And Taylor Rochester's asking as well, so how do we do it? So I showed it earlier today, but I'll just have a quick look at it again. So here's what we're going to do. We go to our channel, or you could do this from YouTube Studio. So from here, we click Customize Channel. Or you'll see on the left-hand side here, you can click on the Customization tab in your YouTube Studio, right? We go down to this area. If it's not already here, you just put Add a Section. It's going to ask you what kind of section, and you can say Featured Channels, which is here at the bottom. Once you've got it in there, you can move these around if you want, just by grabbing this handle and moving them. But what we'll do is edit section contents, right? And then here's the list of all the channels that are in our featured channels list. And what I'll do is I'll take like Brandy Ines Bush out, right? And then all I do is search for a channel. There it is. I just click the check mark and she automatically is added to the bottom of the list again. So you can move these around too if you want by any means, just by clicking those handles and moving them. You must click publish, which is very important, but it's really that easy. And then let me see if I can get back to I can't get back to Kid Wonder. I'll get back to Kid Wonder's channel here. I'll show you his second channel, actually. Even though I can't seem to type properly. There's Kid Wonder's Gaming and Live Stream. So Kid Wonder usually comes in with 2 channels. He's done the featured channels collaboration here as well. So he's done it with both channels. And Kid Wonder is somebody who's been with TuberChat since the very, very beginning. Janetti's Corner. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Janetti's Corner. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect here, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you will find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time. And let me see what I can do about adding any names to the wheel. I don't think Kid Wonder's still in here. So let me spin. Kid Wonder was here for a while. But he's in here almost every day. Almost every live stream. I like hanging out with Kid in his live streams as well. He's always got engaging conversations going on. And two pineapples. Did I not put you on our featured channels already? Minerzac 123. We're looking at Minerzac 123, but I'm going to make sure. I thought I already did, but I'm going to make sure. I'll make sure afterwards I do that. Minerzac123, we've got your channel here on TuberChat. And then the other thing too, yeah, Tanisha Rawls, Taylor Rochester, anybody that wants to know. So we actually did that twice today. But if you want to just mark the time, it's about 2 hours into today's live stream. You'll be able to go back and just watch that section again if you want, if you need to be reminded. Minerzac123, this is the second time having your channel up here, so I've got your bell on now, but I look forward to getting to know your channel better, and this is the reason why I like featuring channels on the screen like this, so that every time you're here, I'll be able to feature you better and better as I get to know your channel and hopefully the creator behind the channel. So 67 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push MinerZach123 a little bit farther. It would be great if we could get them to the 70. That must be on their mind right now. And then get them a little bit farther on that road to the first 100. And my pleasure, Holly's Hobby House. I got to see what I can do about adding more names to the wheel. Blood Dragoon is there. Tanisha Rawls, let's get you onto the wheel. You can take MinerZach's position, and I will spin the wheel, and we'll see what's coming up now. Oh, Holly's Hobby House. How do you feature people? I'll tell you what, I'll do it again in another moment when I get through a couple of more channels here. Let's look at Tanisha Rawls. But if you want to, you can watch that section of this live stream. So we're on episode number 124 of Tuber Chat, and it's 2 hours in. But I actually did it twice today. So Tanisha Rawls, this is the second time I must be having your channel up on the screen. So I've got your bell on now. Excuse me, pardon me. And two pineapples. You've got... always has the music playing for us. I'm going to see what I can find for that. I'm just looking at your thumbnails here. You've obviously got a lot of dynamic content, and you are doing a great job of posting. Doing a great job with Vlogmas. See, I haven't done Vlogmas because I know that I'm not going to be able to consistently get out a video every day. But I'm really impressed by everybody who's been able to get this done. And it's a great way to really pump up the activity on your channel. And YouTube will probably start favoring you if they haven't already for being so active. Calming Mind Meditations is our featured channel for today, so I'm hoping everybody will subscribe to that channel. We feature a different channel every single day here on Tuber Chat based on generosity that I see within the community. And those channels are featured on all of our social networks, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and on thumbnails of our videos. And the reason why is because Tuber Chat can't live stream 24 hours a day, so I want to make sure that you have well over 100 opportunities to find generous creators, even when we're not live streaming. And then Tanisha Rawls, my pleasure to have your channel up, and I look forward to getting to know your channel better and better. I've seen a couple people do this, actually, top 10 Christmas movies. Just Vlogging Life, who happens to be our gold member, just did the same, a similar thing. So just in case anybody was going to ask me what would be my favorite Christmas movie of all time, Beat Street, which is one that most of you probably don't remember, but if you look it up, it absolutely can be considered a Christmas movie. Ms. Terrell 2.0 is willing to swap playlists. If anybody in the chat wants to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, you can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that they're willing and you are also willing, please reach out to them. Please don't be shy. And then, is this the right channel for Kellen Kirby? I want to be sure. Not sure if they're still with us. Lou to Smooth, good to see you here. I think I recognize your channel. I feel like I thought you've been to Tuber Chat before, and if I'm wrong, then that's okay. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. I'm just making sure we've got the right channel for Kellen Kirby here, but it must be this. I recognize the avatar, 294 subscribers. So this is a new connection for Tuber Chat. So I do not watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. So what I'm going to do is look for a 10-minute video. I don't see any, so I'll just take the longest video I can find. Here's it. Well, 18 minutes is a bit much, but I'll take this 7:57 here, add it into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I will go through my watch later list and I will watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up. Of course, we should always be doing that for each other. And I will subscribe, and in that way I'll make sure that the subscription sticks. I hope Kellen's still here, but if you're hopefully you're subscribed to Tuber Chat and you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then, yeah, anybody can swap playlists. If they want, just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists, and other creators should reach out to you. And then Lou to Smooth, hopefully you're feeling welcome, like I said. And then everybody seems to be doing okay, meeting new friends and family members, which is cool. And like I said, we're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Here's Blood Dragoon coming up right now. And when we're looking for this channel, you just want to make sure you're not misspelling, right? Blood Dragoon. I have been guilty of calling them Blood Dragon several times. It was Blood Dragoon. With well over 2,000 subscribers, you can bet there's much to be learned from this channel as well as entertained by. But they've obviously got some dynamic content, doing a lot of live streaming lately, that's for sure. And I've been lucky enough to hang out with them in a couple of live streams. Is Ghost Pirate still in the house? And Baskets Resale. We haven't had you up there either, right? Let's get Baskets Resale on the wheel and Ghost Pirate. I'm not sure if they're still here, though. Let me check. At 2,000 and then 170 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. We'll get them to another step closer to the 2,200 that's on their mind. And if anybody hasn't already, I'd love a thumbs up today. They mean more now than ever. And I have to be reminded sometimes if I'm on a phone, and you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a second, and it really does help the stream. So I'll appreciate the thumbs up very much. Let's hit Baskets Resale here and see what's going on. With 286 subscribers, I'm hoping we can get this channel a little bit farther towards their 290. That must be on their mind right now. And then Janetti's Corner, hopefully you're meeting new friends and family members already. If you haven't already, please take a moment just to read our video description, and then you will get an idea of how everything works here in Tuber Chat so you can maximize your time here. We'd love to get Baskets Resale a little bit closer. They're on the road to 300, and I'm sure that they can make it within the next day or two. And then, is Baskets Resale? That's an easy song to get stuck in somebody's head, that's for sure. Let's hit our subscriptions here and see what's happening. Just having a look at who's around here. Where we can connect. Okay, let's, oh, that's Premiere. We want a live stream. Oh, let's see what we're going to do here. What time is it? 4:12? Yeah, it's probably too late for that. And we're going to do a raid for Social Couplepreneur. So hopefully everybody will say Tuber Chat raid while you hit this link that I'm dropping in the chat right now. We will go over and visit Social Couplepreneur and see what they've got going on in their live stream right now. And we'll likely be able to connect the way we do here in Tuber Chat and keep that going. And thank you everybody for the time that you've spent. As we grow and follow more and more creators, it becomes harder and harder to support everybody as much as we all might like. But therefore, I appreciate every moment that you spend here at Tuber Chat and with me personally. Tuber Chat is always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Tomorrow we'll be back on again for a couple of hours, 2 hours earlier than we were today. So